For closing?
Me too.
Instructions. I'm going to hand out sets for the jurors, and I've got copies for both sides. It's for the jury. I remain concerned about getting these closings in tonight, to be honest with you.
Judge, we have one other issue on the jury instructions and then one housekeeping matter with the evidence.
We have the instructions back. What is that?
Judge, the state's position, we believe that the defense is to argue entrapment without having the entrapment instruction, which is the defendant's burden to come forward with evidence of entrapment. If they are going to argue entrapment at all, we are entitled to the jury instruction.
Judge, that would be true, but
we're not arguing entrapment, and Your Honor did put in your order denying the motion to dismiss for objective entrapment that we could argue the police's shortcomings in conduct in establishing reasonable doubt.
Well, reasonable doubt, yeah, but not entrapment.
Of course not. No, we're not arguing entrapment.
Your Honor, I'm not doing that close.
All right. What was the problem with the jury instructions?
No, that was it, Judge. Just that they're precluded from arguing entrapment unless there's an
It
instruction.
doesn't sound like they're going to. They didn't ask for an entrapment instruction.
When I
They
asked
argued.
Judge, they refused. It was like,
Right.
Well, we know our ethical obligation, Judge. We're not going to argue entrapment.
If they argue it, you can object. All right, let me count them back out. I've still got the same concern. You want 90 minutes for closing? Are we going to break this after your first closing? And
I'm fine with breaking and then they can finish up tomorrow. That's fine, Judge.
okay, so well,
Can we, you know, if we get started by 4, and go then correct, or Mr. Williams goes to 5:30. I mean, if we push it, I could be done by 6. I'd rather get mine done. I'll work through it quickly. Like to get it done. I don't want to have them the state do it, then jury sleeps on it all night.
well, they get rebuttal though.
I understand they can do rebuttal. Have them do rebuttal in the morning.
All right, you guys want to push as far. What's the court reporter's situation here? Are you good if we go a little past?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what usually gets me in trouble. So, okay, we'll push through as far as we'll try to accommodate. There's eight there.
Thank you.
These are for the attorneys. I usually do 3 for the defense and 2 for the state. Somewhere I've got my oh, and I did one for the court reporter. That's why I have an extra one. That's right. I remember that from my days in civil when I actually had a court reporter in the courtroom at all times.
There's one piece of evidence. When I moved the business certification records in on Mr. Shahadi's cell phone, the clerk missed it. So the state's 1A was being moved into evidence.
I thought I admitted it. It didn't. 1A is in evidence over objection. Yeah, okay, 1A is an evidence over objection. Okay, we're ready to bring in the jury?
You can instruct first?
Yes.
You want me to put that down while you instruct, or?
No, as long as I can make eye contact, I don't care. That's fine. I'm going to tell them what we're doing, though, that we may not finish all the closings. We're going to get as far as we can. Go ahead. Oh, where do you want to do your split? How much time?
We already split it up. 16:30.
And you know where your warnings are?
Yeah, it was good.
Then obviously anything that, if you didn't use it, then I needed it.
Correct. Or if he takes more time, you don't. It comes off of the rebuttal.
Jury entry.
All right, counsel, you may be seated. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize it took longer than I anticipated. Let me give you an overview of the plan and also make sure that each of you have a set of jury instructions. Each have a set of instructions that say jury instructions. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what we're going to try to accomplish tonight in the time that we have remaining, and then I'll give you some brief instructions on the instructions. With respect to what we're going to try to do this evening, we're not going to be able to get all the way through the instructions and both sides' closing arguments, including rebuttal, which I'll explain in a few moments. So we're going to try to get as much done today as we can, so there'll be a little bit left to be done in terms of closings tomorrow, and so we'll be coming back tomorrow for closings and for deliberations. We are going to go, unless there's an objection, I'm basically asking the group. We're going to go, in order to get as much done today as we can, we're planning to go till about 6 o'clock or so. Is everyone okay with that, or do we have an issue? If we do, don't be shy, let me know. Okay, so we're going to press it a little bit to get as much done today as we can before I'm required to shut down the courtroom. All right, with regard to the instructions, as I mentioned, I believe in my preliminary instruction to you, I'm literally required to read these to you in open court. So that's what I'm going to do, but you have verbatim in front of you the instructions that you have to follow in this case. The way that the instructions are set up, most of these instructions I'm going to read to you now before the attorneys make their closing arguments. There's a final section that says final instructions. Towards the end of the instructions, those I give to you after the attorneys have made their closing arguments. Also, you will see, as I'm going through the instructions, I get to a point where I begin reading from the verdict form. Do not frantically start looking for your copy of the verdict form. You do not have a copy. There's an original up here. It obviously will be sent back with you during your deliberations. So when I get to that point, don't start looking for the verdict form. You simply don't have it, okay? So at this time, I'm going to publish these instructions for you. As I said, you've got an opportunity either to listen to me read or read along with me, but I'm going to publish these verbatim at this time. Jury instructions. Members of the jury, I thank you for your attention during this trial. Please pay attention to the instructions I'm about to give you. Statement of charge. Dalia Dippolito, the defendant in this case, has been accused of the crime of solicitation to commit first-degree murder. Criminal solicitation. To prove the crime of criminal solicitation, the state must prove the following three elements beyond a reasonable doubt. 1. Dalia A. Dippolito solicited Whitty Jean to commit first-degree murder. 2. During the solicitation, Dalia A. Dippolito commanded, encouraged, hired, or requested Whitty Jean to engage in specific conduct which would constitute the commission of first-degree murder or an attempt to commit first-degree murder. 3. Dalia A. Dippolito had the intent that Whitty Jean commit the crime. It is not necessary the offense solicited. To solicit means to ask earnestly or to try to induce the person solicited to do the thing solicited. It is a defense to the charge of criminal solicitation if the defendant, after soliciting Whitty Jean to commit the first-degree murder, persuaded Whitty Jean not to do so, or otherwise prevented the commission of the offense. murder first degree. First degree murder is the unlawful, premeditated killing of another human being. Killing with premeditation is killing after consciously deciding to do so. The decision must be present in the mind at the time of the killing. The law does not fix the exact period of time that must pass between the formation of the premeditated intent to kill and the killing. The period of time must be long enough to allow reflection by the defendant. The premeditated intent to kill must be formed before the killing. The question of premeditation is a question of fact to be determined by you from the evidence. It will be sufficient proof of premeditation if the circumstances of killing and the conduct of the accused convince you beyond a reasonable doubt of the existence of premeditation at the time of the killing. Plea of not guilty, reasonable doubt, and burden of proof. The defendant has entered a plea of not guilty. This means you must presume or believe the defendant is innocent. The presumption stays with the defendant as to each material allegation in the information through each stage of the trial unless it has been overcome by the evidence to the exclusion of and beyond a reasonable doubt. To overcome the defendant's presumption of innocence, the state has the burden of proving the crime with which the defendant is charged was committed, and the defendant is the person who committed the crime. The defendant is not required to present evidence or prove anything. Whenever the words reasonable doubt are used, you must consider the following. A reasonable doubt is not a mere possible doubt, a speculative, imaginary, or forced doubt. Such a doubt must not influence you to return a verdict of not guilty if you have an abiding conviction of guilt. On the other hand, if, after carefully considering, comparing, and weighing all the evidence, there is not an abiding conviction of guilt, or if having a conviction, it is one which is not stable, but one which wavers and vacillates, then the charge is not proved beyond every reasonable doubt, and you must find the defendant not guilty because the doubt is reasonable. It is to the evidence introduced in this trial and to it alone that you are to look for that proof. A reasonable doubt as to the guilt of the defendant may arise from the evidence, conflict in the evidence, or the lack of evidence. If you have a reasonable doubt, you should find the defendant not guilty. If you have no reasonable doubt, you should find the defendant guilty. Weighing the evidence. It is up to you to decide what evidence is reliable. You should use your own common sense in deciding which is the best evidence and which evidence should not be relied upon in considering your verdict. You may find some of the evidence not reliable or less reliable than other evidence. You should consider how the witnesses acted as well as what they said. Some things you should consider are: 1. Did the witness seem to have an opportunity to see and know the things about which the witness testified? 2. Did the witness seem to have an accurate memory? 3. Was the witness honest and straightforward in answering the attorney's questions? 4. Did the witness have some interest in how the case should be decided? 5. Does the witness's testimony agree with the other testimony and other evidence in the case? 6. Has the witness been offered or received any money, preferred treatment, or other benefit in order to get the witness to testify? 7. Had any pressure or threat been used against the witness that affected the truth of the witness's testimony? 8. Did the witness at some other time make a statement that is inconsistent with the testimony he and or she gave in court? Whether the state has met its burden of proof does not depend upon the number of witnesses it has called or upon the number of exhibits it has offered, but instead upon the nature and quality of the evidence presented. The fact that a witness is employed in law enforcement does not mean that their testimony deserves more or less consideration than that of any other witness. Expert witnesses are like other witnesses with one exception. The law permits an expert witness to give their opinion. However, an expert's opinion is reliable only when given on a subject about which you believe them to be an expert. Like other witnesses, you may believe or disbelieve all or any part of an expert's testimony. You must consider the testimony of some witnesses with more caution than others. For example, a witness who claims to have helped the defendant commit a crime, has been promised immunity from prosecution, or hopes to gain more favorable treatment in his or her own case may have a reason to make a false statement in order to strike a good bargain with the state. This is particularly true when there is no other evidence tending to agree with what the witness says about the defendant. So, while a witness of that kind may be entirely truthful when testifying, you should consider their testimony with more caution than that testimony of other witnesses. However, if the testimony of such a witness convinces you beyond a reasonable doubt of the defendant's guilt, or the other evidence in the case does so, then you should find the defendant guilty. It is entirely proper for a lawyer to talk to a witness about what testimony the witness would give if called to the courtroom. The witness should not be discredited by talking to a lawyer about their testimony. You may rely upon your own conclusion about the credibility of any witness. A juror may believe or disbelieve all or any part of the evidence or the testimony of any witness. The Constitution requires the state to prove its accusations against the defendant. It is not necessary for the defendant to disprove anything, nor is the defendant required to prove her innocence. It is up to the state to prove the defendant's guilt by evidence. The defendant exercised a fundamental right by choosing not to be a witness in this case. You must not view this as an admission of guilt or be influenced in any way by her decision. No juror should ever be concerned that the defendant did or did not take the witness stand to give testimony in the case. Defendant's statements. A statement claimed to have been made by the defendant outside of court has been placed before you. Such a statement should always be considered with caution and be weighed with great care to make certain it was freely and voluntarily made. Therefore, you must determine from the evidence that the defendant's alleged statement was knowingly, voluntarily, and freely made. In making this determination, you should consider the total circumstances, including but not limited to: 1, whether, when the defendant made the statement, she had been threatened in order to get her to make it, and 2, whether anyone had promised her anything in order to get her to make it. If you conclude the defendant's out-of-court statement was not freely and voluntarily made, you should disregard it. Rules for deliberation. There are some general rules that apply to your discussion. You must follow these rules in order to return a lawful verdict. 1, you must follow the law as it is set out in these instructions. If you fail to follow the law, your verdict will be a miscarriage of justice. There is no reason for failing to follow the law in this case. All of us are depending upon you to make a wise and legal decision in this matter. 2, the case must be decided only upon the evidence that you've heard from the testimony of the witnesses and have seen in the form of the exhibits and evidence and these instructions. 3, this case must not be decided for or against anyone because you feel sorry for anyone or are angry at anyone. 4, remember the lawyers are not on trial. Your feelings about them should not influence your decision in this case. 5, your duty is to determine if the defendant has been proven guilty or not in accord with the law. It is the judge's job to determine a proper sentence if the defendant is found guilty. 6, whatever verdict you render must be unanimous. That is, each juror must agree to the same verdict. 7, it is entirely proper for a lawyer to talk to a witness about what testimony the witness would give if called to the courtroom. The witness should not be discredited by talking to a lawyer about his or her testimony. 8, your verdict should not be influenced by feelings of prejudice, bias, or sympathy. Your verdict must be based on the evidence and the law contained in these instructions. Cautionary instruction. Deciding a verdict is exclusively your job. I cannot participate in that decision in any way. Please disregard anything I may have said or done that made you think I preferred one verdict over another. Verdict. You may find the defendant guilty as charged in the information or not guilty. Only one verdict may be returned as to the crime charged. This verdict must be unanimous, that is, all of you must agree to the same verdict. The verdict must be in writing, and for your convenience, the necessary form of verdict has been prepared for you. It is as follows. Verdict. We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, we find the defendant guilty of solicitation to commit first-degree murder as charged in the information, not guilty. So say we all this blank day of December 2016, West Palm Beach, County, Florida, to be signed by the jury foreperson. Those are the written instructions I have for you. The other instructions I'll give to you after the closing arguments. The attorneys are now going to have an opportunity to make a closing argument. I'll remind you of something I said at the beginning of the case. A closing argument is not evidence. It is simply what the attorneys believe the evidence has shown or perhaps not shown from their perspective. Each side gets equal time for their closing argument. However, the state has the right to reserve a portion of its closing for rebuttal. So essentially the state ends up going twice. We do begin with the state. Mr. Williams, are you doing the primary?
Yes, please.
The floor is yours.
Thank you, Judge. I hope you guys are all awake. I already told you guys at the beginning of the case, this case is really good for you guys because it's based 100% on what? Her words, her actions, and her intent. 100%. And I told you guys I was going to play those things for you a couple more times. So I'm going to play her video recording with Mohammed Shahadi on August 1st again so you guys can hear it one more time. Then I'm going to play the phone call that she makes to Mohammed Shahadi on August 3rd after we tells her to bring in $3,000 and a key to her house and what she says during that phone call. And then the last one I'm going to play for you is the conversation she had with Jean right after the Chili's incident on August 3rd. Good video. But first I want to go over one thing before I do that, cell phone records. So you guys may get the records back there, and you'll be able to see 1A and B is for Muhammad Shahade, and 3A and 3B are for the defendant. And I just want to write, you guys can look through it all yourself, study it all you want. You were told in the opening statement there were 576 phone calls between August 1st and August 5th, 2009. 187 on Monday, and around August 1st, and all the way through. So this is what, you review the records, this is what you're going to find. So for Muhammad Shahade, he's the 212 number, and it's AT&T. Okay? And what you're going to find is on August 1st of 2009, and this includes calls that have 0 time, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and then you'll see the longer ones will match up with the evidence. Over here, we have some longer calls. So Muhammad Shahade, and let me do it this way. So on August 1st, we'll do Muhammad Shahade, and then we'll do text. So these will be calls, then we'll do text, then we'll do this Dippolito, those will be your calls, and then we'll do text. Okay, so I'll do that first. You're going to see there were 13, 3, 8, and 3. And so what that says is he called this Dippolito 13 times during that entire day. You'll see the times, the duration of the calls, and he texted 3 times. You'll actually see the text on her records, but not on his. But you'll see it's highlighted on the green, and you can kind of cross-reference on it. She called him 8 times and 3 times. So then we have August 2nd. And we have 1. And we have 11. And it's 1. And then we have August 3rd. So remember, this was Saturday. This was Sunday. This was Monday. So this is the start of the videos. I mean, no, this is the start of the videos. This is the actual meeting with Luigi. You guys remember. You don't need to tell you. So August 3rd, which is now Monday, we got 6, we have 9, and we have 1. August 4th, we have 6, we have 1, we have 8, and that's 0. So those are the calls on Muhammad Shahade's records. And these are Dalia Dippolito's records. So his were AT&T and hers were Sprint. So we got there was a 703, and it was Sprint. So we got 14, 2, 9, 3. August 2nd. We have 2, 0, 6, and 1. August 3rd. We have 6, 7, 1. August 4th. We have 8, 1, 4, 0. And August 5th. Receiving a call on August 5th from Mr. Shahade. It's at 9:55 p.m. She was already arrested at least 12 hours earlier. So her arrest came in the morning. You'll see 1 on there. It was at 9:55 p.m., which we know obviously didn't want to go record. All right. That's it. So just right to you. I don't want to go over. I don't want to, but I'll go over it. I'm going to talk for a little bit. So we have the proof that she solicited Mr. Jean to commit, Mr. John, and he's saying Jean, to commit first-degree murder. And we know what first-degree murder is. It's a potential killing of another person. During the solicitation, she either commanded, encouraged, hired, or recruited. So it doesn't say she had to actually give him money, that she had to give him something. What it says is, this is it. We have the proof she either commanded, just telling somebody to do something, encouraged, hey, would you help me do this? Hired, paid somebody money, or requested, hey, would you do this for me? You just have to request somebody, would you help me kill this person? Would you kill this person for me? to engage in a specific conduct which would constitute commission of first-degree murder or an attempt to commit first-degree murder. Ms. Dippolito had the intent that would, so just telling him shoot him in the head twice encompasses both of these things. First-degree murder, or if he didn't die, attempted first-degree murder. Dalia Dippolito had the intent that Mr. John committed a crime. Obviously, she was asking him, not some other person to do it. It's not necessary that they're going to do any act in furtherance of the offense. That's it. When you hear that tape on August 3rd, it's over. It's over. So does that mean to ask earnestly or try to please the person solicited to be the thing solicited? It can't be a joke. No jokes. It's an offense to the charge of criminal solicitation if the defendant, after soliciting Mr. John to commit first-degree murder, persuaded him not to. What does she do? So after the meeting, number 10, 57A, after the meeting, so Monday, around 6 o'clock when she leaves him, she's 5,000% sure she wants it done. Tuesday, he tells her, the bank thing's not going to work. Can't kill him out there in public. You got to do it at your house. Be out of your house by 6 a.m. Wednesday morning, what does she do? She leaves so you can get 2 bullets in the head. Cold. So, I'm persuading him not to do so. It's the exact opposite. The exact opposite.
It's not even over the fucking money. I don't fucking get it. Like, it's not even about the fucking money. Like, you know that money. We'll spend it, like, in the fucking blink of an eye. It's not about the fucking money. Like, it's about, like, his fucking friends and all that other shit. Like, the thing is, like, okay, with his wife, like, she didn't have anything. They were, like, renting. So, like, divorcing her, it didn't matter. Like, me going and fucking filing for divorce, like, he'll come after my fucking ass. Period. You know what I mean? And all his friends, like, he ran into another guy today at Target that was, like, organized crime or whatever, also on probation. Like, he keeps turning into all these fucking people instead of saying to you. Like, he knows a lot of people.
I'm saying this guy, you know, he's not rich in the street. You know, this is all he does. He has nothing to do with you after.
Good.
Okay? And, like, you know, you don't contact him, he don't contact you, and he might tell you, oh, it's like to get out of town or something for a day. You know?
Yeah, but the problem is that I never go out of town. So now all of a sudden the shit's gonna go
I mean, it doesn't make...
Like, I'll go to Boca, or I'll go somewhere else. But
You want an alibi to be somewhere.
Right,
You
right.
want to verify when it happens.
Yeah, I'll go get my hair done or something, or I'll be somewhere, but I need to go out of town. I never go anywhere. Right away, everyone's gonna be like, oh, what a coincidence. You never fucking go anywhere the day you leave, the shit happens.
Okay, did you give me the address and a picture of him, or?
I have a picture of him right now.
Okay, and this right now is, you're right here, right behind these towns, right here, the two-story town?
Not the other one. On the left. If you want, follow me home. I'm right here. I'm right down the corner if you want.
No, I'm going to tell, I'm going to do, you want to have a face that told me he goes to LA Fitness, right?
Yeah, but he just had surgery done, so he hasn't been going to the fucking gym.
Okay, so let's say he stalks your house for a day or two, will he step outside to, like,
He walks the dogs.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, he goes and, you know what I mean, like, he walks the dogs or whatever, but, like, when's he doing this? Because this other shit that you fucking did before, I gave all this fucking money and nothing.
You gave it to the nigger that had nothing to do with it, and I told you to stay away from
I
it.
didn't give them anything.
I
What are
told
you talking about?
No, Larry, although when you walked into the clothes store, I told you.
I didn't give him any money.
Oh, you told me you did. You told him that you were going to give him my Range Rover or something like that.
No, that was bullshit. That guy still called me, but I told him I
Yo,
was
they're trouble, yo.
No, I know.
They do it. They're going to get you in trouble.
They don't even know about this. They don't know about this. They don't
I
know
don't talk to
anything.
them.
The other guy that wasn't with them.
No, don't
He
talk.
called,
I'm
he
doing
called
this.
me,
I got
no,
nothing to do with
right, I don't talk to them, they don't even ask me about you. Not the other guy, the other one is the one, because he wanted to help with some sort of website bullshit.
Okay, after he killed whatever, your mom and all of them, not gonna, like, his mom is not gonna get suspicious of you or anything like
Why
that?
me? You know what fucking
Didn't you
killing
say
somebody
that?
is? Yeah, but killing somebody, come on. I mean, that's fucking, you know, nobody's gonna be able to point a finger at me. But I need him to say, like, remember you were asking me who's his enemy, who's this, who's that?
Yeah, I was trying to do this.
Alright, there's this guy that, like, fucking hates so much. He snitched them out, and now that family's doing time right now.
Okay, now, if you don't have no direct contact with you, in the apartment. Okay, you're not even gonna tell it to me until after you talk to your shows that he's dead, and the news, that's where he works shit.
Right.
So, if you fuck him over, he'll come after you.
How the fuck would I fuck him over $3,500?
I'm just telling you, that's how he is.
I know
He's a
that.
very guy.
No, that's fine, like, but how, you gotta tell him too, like, you know, I can't go fucking meeting Buddy and giving him money, like, you better send someone and
No,
I'll
this
send
is gonna be after it's done.
Alright.
He's not taking it, first thing after it's done, it's on my word. Okay, I know him, like, back in the days, he got a military, he really had a job,
Right.
and all this shit, so he's good at it.
Okay, but now, how am I supposed to know what day he's gonna do it?
He's gonna give you a couple of days notice. He's
Like,
not-
for example, like Wednesday, he's going to Boca. He's got like a dentist appointment in the morning.
we can't put it on his schedule. He's gonna know the best time, where, furthest place from your house, he's gonna have everything organized.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna be before Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that, because he's only Costa Rica Thursday.
All right, so he wants to get
to-
paid before then. Right.
Look, as soon as he brings you the paper, you know that he's dead, you're gonna have to pay him.
All right.
Seriously.
What paper is he gonna bring me? I'm gonna know he's fucking dead. Like, the cops are gonna go.
Newspaper, whatever,
Okay.
whatever,
Fine.
as long as you get the proof, then, you're straight. But,
Why
like I
don't
said,
I
you
just
promised
fucking give you
me.
the money and you give it to
No,
him?
no,
Okay,
I'm nothing
fine.
to that. I'm giving him the deposit, whatever,
Yeah.
and, I'm being straight honest, like, I really appreciate if you can help me out a little bit with, like, the money, only, like, you can give me an extra $200 on that. I'm not getting nothing out of it.
What are you talking about?
Like, just throw me, 2 bills, because I'm, like, behind on some stuff. Not 2,000, just like 200. I'm not making
I brought
nothing up.
1,200. Like, that's all I brought. He's asking for 1,200?
You can't pull out an ATM or whatever.
I withdrew money today to fucking get this. Let me see if it'll let me take it. If it'll let me take it, I'll take it for you.
Okay. You want checks?
And so then what are you asking me for afterwards? Like, I'll give you 20 once it's done.
That's it. I'm not giving you. Just someone just be able to catch up on what, the things. You say he has 100,000 bank account, whatever. Just give me 20 with cash. Like,
Right. No, of course. I'm not going to write you a check. I know that. But yeah, everyone's going to think it's related to that fucking bullshit because I'm going to tell them. I'm going to say, like, bullshit. I'm just going to tell them, like, these guys went in, like, he's been bumping into guys. I'm going to tell them about the guy at Target that we ran into, the weird guy that lives in our fucking neighborhood, too, that's on fucking probation for something else. I'm going to throw all their fucking names in it. I don't care. I'm just going to start naming a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to say,
Okay, that's what I want to talk about. Let's just get this shit done with. I don't want to hear from this guy after. You don't want to hear from this guy after. That's it. It's done.
I know, and we never talk about it again. Ever do we talk about it again. And you're sure, like, we can trust this guy and everything's okay with this guy, right?
Yo, the people that he's done, you trust him. He's known for that. What's good about it is like he doesn't have no fear too much because he's legally here. So it's like, you know, they have to deport his ass.
Are you going to drive me to the ATM?
Is it the ATM right here? Yes, it is.
Yeah, but the thing is that I used the one over, sometimes they don't let you take out. You think it'll let me take it out?
Yeah, no.
Alright, I'll try.
I swear, my wallet's empty because I'm going through all this shit in my work. And that's why I asked you to grab
You know I don't care. Like, I've known you for fucking ever. I brought pictures. I brought you forever. It's like, you know.
Guys, give me one picture. I don't want to carry too much paper.
Well, no, I know, but let me see.
You know, I'm late for work. Let's get this done. So I gotta meet him too.
And he knows the truck and
He
everything
knows
like
the
that.
truck. That's all.
And I have a picture of the Porsche. Like, he doesn't need that then, is what you're saying.
You just need to see him once outside your community. Walking the dog, whatever.
Let's see that one. My grandfather, he's like dying. My grandfather?
No, this is
Yeah.
Okay, just give me this.
Yeah, but take my grandfather fucking out of the picture. Can't you fucking cut him up?
Here.
Here, he's here. Is this a good picture or no?
Yeah. Blood, still getting your life straight after this. Seriously, don't ever do this shit again, you know?
You know what? You fucking start getting your shit
No,
together too.
that's what I've been trying to do, y'all. I'm just trying to
These
tell
are
you.
what the houses look like where I live.
Yeah. So, just leave that. That's it.
Alright. Okay, so you're fine.
No extra information you get from him, nothing. That's it. Him, you don't have nothing to do.
I'm not seeing him, right?
Just when it's done, give him the...
Right, but right now I'm not seeing him. I'm not anything. Wipe my fucking prints off those fucking pictures. Really? You're gonna give him something with my
Alright,
fucking
alright.
fingerprints all over?
I'm gonna show it to you, he's not gonna keep it.
Alright. Okay, let me see if I can pull this out right now.
I can give him the 1,000 for it, then I give him the 200 later, and just give me this 200. Seriously, I was supposed to be fucking working.
But you're sure that it's just like fucking like a solid, like it's not gonna...
Yo,
oh,
this
he
guy is more...
left, or-
This guy's fucking cute.
Because
Yo,
if you were like,
man.
oh, he's on the fucking left, and you know, he's not on no fucking left for anything, because I had him looked up. So it's like, you know, that was bullshit. He wasn't on any fucking watch list.
Yo, this guy's a professional. It's not bullshit. He doesn't charge 10 grand if he'll do it, because all he does is get it done, that's it. It's
Right.
not, you know?
Very good.
Oh, you got me nervous. Okay.
Okay. And then, you know, like, we already fucking said, like, I'm not, you know, whatever, I'm not going out of town. Like, that shit was fucking obvious. All of a sudden, I'm gonna go, I never fucking go anywhere. Now I'm gonna go out of town and this shit fucking happens.
Okay.
Alright? And he's not, like I told you, he's not going to the gym anymore, because before he'd be at LA Fitness by 5. Alright. When are you gonna give him the money and shot?
Today, it's going to buy a store.
Okay.
We'll give him 1,000.
Alright, let me take this out right now.
Lincoln, where is that?
Because I told you, I was...
I know, but how far is Lincoln back from?
On Boynton Beach, and then if you want, you could take 95 from there.
It's that far?
Huh?
It's that far?
Like, it'll take us 5 minutes to get there, but then you can take 95 from there instead of Gateway.
Okay, no, what I'll just do, take 800, you give him, the 400, the extra 400 when you see him. Because I'll be able to, I'll just take the 8, I'll give him the 8, you know what I'm saying, and then you give him
Yeah, but
the...
that doesn't look fucking weird.
No, because I'll grab it for him. I'll grab it for
Sure.
him. Yeah, don't worry, he's straight. He just needs the price of the gun, that's why he does everything except
You're
for...
sure everything else is okay?
Yeah.
You're sure?
Yo, what kind of shit do you want? You're planning a murder, come on, stop,
I
yo.
wasn't fucking giving him, you know what I mean?
No.
Whatever. Alright,
Alright.
okay. Will you smile?
No, it's not easy to smile about, yo. It's not easy to smile about.
It's all the time, you know,
No,
forever.
I mean, fuck that shit. I've been through divorces and problems, and I can't believe I'm even doing
Who
this.
the hell told you never to fucking get married?
Yeah, shit happens.
I know. I know, fuck, I ended up in the same boat as you. You're right, we are a lot alike.
Alright, let's stay not in contact next day or two. Let's not stay in contact next day or two. Like, don't call me, like, just...
No, but you're saying for sure, right?
It has to be by then.
Okay.
So...
Alright, good.
Alright?
Okay.
Forgive me.
See
Alright.
you later, bye.
Announced a phone call that occurs August 3rd, right after Louis John calls her and says, give me the $3,000 in the key to your house. This is the call when she calls right after that.
I'm gonna give you a call. He's like in about an hour. He's like, so we can go ahead and we can meet up. He's like, but remember, he's like, I need the $3,000 up front. Like he said it to me like twice. I'm like, all right.
Well, what's do you want his phone number?
Yeah, I have the number from where he called me from on caller ID. But I don't know how to get through on the phone.
Well, tell him since you know where I live, not because I'm looking to running away, and obviously I'm going to pay you, I mean.
So it's like all this shit's just being talked on the phone. You don't think that I should just meet him and fucking talk to him face to face, or what should I do? Because that's not
I don't know all the old and then you get pissed and you don't get all the money and like that. That's not helpful, you know?
All I'm thinking is just like, what if, like, at the end nothing gets done and now there's a key fucking floating in my house and I get robbed?
What?
It's like, how do I know now, like, it's gonna fucking get done and, like, my fucking house doesn't get robbed instead? I don't know.
He's not gonna want to take as much as this guy, he's even more scared. He probably wants the house to keep either into the housing there or something, I don't know.
Yeah, but why did you want the key to my fucking house? Like, I thought you said the shit wasn't gonna get personal.
But it isn't. What I'm saying probably wants to, like,
I can't keep doing this anymore. You know how I feel about that. I've already been there, done that through that fucking road. I think you're good, and nothing gets done. It's not the money anymore. You know that. You know, I came up with fucking 12. What the fuck was that for then?
just for the working.
So then it's like, and then, you know, we came to the agreement, okay, after the fact, you know, whatever, like, what we said after the fact, which is fine. And you know me, like...
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, so when you put me on the phone and all this, you know, but I really feel bad about that business.
Okay, so now what?
You want to meet up with him, or y'all trying to do that? Tell him the rest.
Okay, and how do I know, like I told you now, fucking floating a key to my fucking house, like, you know? There's more shit than that, like, I have a fucking alarm, you know? It's like, it's huh?
Explain that to him.
I have motion detectors, like, it's not just like, I live in some fucking basic house. Anyways, alright, well, are you gonna be, like, around here?
What? You want to tell him and say, oh, it's also business, like, public house?
I'm just gonna talk to him like it's funny, seen him. I don't like talking all this shit over the phone, like, it's already fucked up.
Your phone is not hotwired because you're using something from the source. They can't log you into it.
What?
Said your phone was handicapped. And we need a search one, and we,
Like, I don't want to talk about the shit up, you know what I mean? Over the phone or whatever. Like, this isn't like how it's supposed to work. What?
where you
I can't understand what you're saying.
can't talk to the hospice. So, where did they ask you to meet him?
He didn't say. All he said to me was that, he's gonna come up around here. I guess he knows where I fucking live. I didn't tell him.
That says living, so please start paying.
So he said, I'll be up here. He's like, I'm coming from Miami. He's like, I'll be there in an hour. And he called me from a 786 number.
Anyway, that's just the grand yard, you know,
What?
that's just the grand yard, more is done.
I didn't ask him. That's all he said to me was, I'm gonna need $3 grand up front. So it's like, what the fuck? What do you know what I mean? Like, he said to me, he's like, I'm gonna need $3 grand from you up front. He's like, a key to your house. You need a fucking key to my house. Like, for that shit, you know what I mean? I'll fucking handle my own shit.
Maybe try to set something up in the house.
All I'm saying to you is that how the fuck do I know, like, they're not just gonna fucking wait a week and rob my fucking house?
So, what they do for a living, how would they worry you, so?
Right, the reality is that, like, why are they asking me the money up front? Like, you told me it was 12, and then afterwards, like, it was gonna fucking
Yeah, well, people back home, so I stay good to the shovel.
But I don't, you know what I mean? I can't fucking give that money. Like, right now, I'm holding on to, like, every fucking dime I have in case this shit doesn't fucking fly.
Okay, so give them $2 grand,
I don't have it. Like, what the fuck do you want me to say to you? And if it doesn't fucking go through, I'm giving up more money. I can't keep fucking...
No, if you get back, it doesn't go through. He's not like that, trust me, he doesn't like cousins on bigger shit. I think you know who it is, though.
I fucking gave him, I gave him what he fucking asked me for. I gave him the fucking phone, I gave him that number. If they fucking, you know, want it, I'll go get it for sure after the fact. And that's it, I can't do anything. I mean, it just sounds like fucking bullshit, it really does.
You're ready to $2 million. You want to tell you what I get together and
how do I know it's gonna go through? Like, I want them to look at me fucking face to face and tell me, okay, fine, if you guys want to do that, whatever. What?
Aren't you gonna read it face to face?
Yeah, I'm gonna meet him right now, but I'm not fucking, you know, until this fucking shit gets cleared up, I'm not fucking working anything.
Okay, well, listen. Meet you in a public area, and I'll meet you there in an hour. I don't want you going by yourself. I'll try to talk to him about the price.
Alright, well, I'm sure he called me 15, 20 minutes ago, so I'm sure it's gonna be like in 45 minutes he's gonna be up here.
Please talk to me just
Alright. Okay.
But if you have the 3 grand, or hide like 2 of them on the side pocket or something,
I don't have that with me. I don't have it. I don't fucking sit there with fucking cash in my bag. And I can't keep pulling shit from all these fucking accounts. I can't do it. Like, you don't catch somebody off guard and say, hey, I need a couple $1,000.
Don't even let you tell me. He's not gonna do it with one leg down.
You didn't tell me that. You told me. Well, I'm going by what you told me.
I told you that was covered. I don't want to talk about this over the phone. God, I was trying to help you and you're fucking getting me more involved.
That's fine. We'll see what the fuck happens when it calls. Try to be down there in like 40 minutes. Alright?
What trade taken?
The Tama.
The Mercedes?
No, the Tama, the truck.
Which one is Dr. 10?
Truck.
Alright, the worst day comes to worst scenario, you're gonna have to get you back to 100 if you doesn't accept the $1,000 payment.
Okay. Or just give me the fucking shit that they were gonna use. I fucking paid for it, didn't I?
And what if they don't do that?
Okay.
I think Wilson County, they run grocery people.
Alright, well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to, like, get my own then, like, with this whole country, like, if they won't do it for the one, because I'm not gonna do it, I can't. So I'm just gonna call somebody or whatever that, like, I know, I'm just getting my own.
I think it's working. I think it's working because you don't know what's there.
Alright, well, I'll see you down here in like 40 minutes. Okay, thanks.
All right, today's date is going to be obviously 3rd, 2009. The time right now is 3:08 p.m. This is a controlled conversation between...
All right, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, all right? No, I'm good. Just, took a little while to get there, so I'm actually all right.
No, I'm fine. It will make problems. That's why.
All right.
I guess.
Yeah, I saw that. I figured, by the know, so, I want to take up a caution, I don't know what I just want to talk.
Okay.
Just want to talk, get some stuff out the way.
Alright, cool.
All right? Okay. That's my first. 3,000. And then, I do my thing. All right? And I just got to know a little bit about the dude. That's that. And then, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do it and what exactly is going to be done. All right? And, you got a recommendation. What you want, what you know about. Is he your husband or something? Boyfriend? Husband? How many other men? No, well, the thing is, after I talked to you today,
his phone garbage. You don't get a whole person. Okay, I just want to make sure that, this works more.
No.
All right? Okay. Because, I would do my due favor, and, and low ball, the process is really, really low. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure that, this works more. All right? So, sure you want to do it.
We really have to,
All right.
it's just, I'd rather be as less,
Okay. All right. All right. I know I got a picture of the house, whatever. I know you have an alarm system.
the other line motion detector is not counted.
What's the company that monitors the alarm system? It's not one of the companies.
No, it's not like
Not
a
J.B.T.
main, no, it's not like a main company or anything like that.
So it's a smaller company.
Okay.
All right.
But the thing is, like, a little bit we keep getting used somewhere, and so I wanted to talk to you and see if
What have you done?
something can possibly, you know what I mean?
Well, all right. So you don't want it at the house?
I'd rather, if I wanted to talk to you and see if something, you know what I mean, at that place, if you could do something like that, or if it can't be done and,
Well, that's the thing, which is why, I want to know as much information so I can plan, because I've already started planning as it's going to be in the house, which is why I asked you for the key for the house. You know what I mean? Because my thing was it's going to be in and out, not comfortable with a lot of people, not comfortable with me, with keys in the house, all that kind of stuff, like a lot of personal information. You know what I mean? It'll take a little while I get in, I don't care about the alarm system, I just got to know who it is. Because a lot of times, whatever I get from whatever money I get from you, most of it goes into, planning and getting people to do stuff. You know what I mean? Because that's just the way it is.
we got everything right.
Well, it's up to you.
I mean, it's not my expectation, but like my understanding of everything was that, like, I was going to give you what I gave you, and then that was everything.
I guess
That's what after the fact. And then after the fact, I guess you were going to come and like find me or whatever, or you were going to where it was supposed to go. And I told you okay. I said to you, oh, okay, because, I'm not going to get on the phone to do whatever, like over, but...
Okay.
I mean, I'm good for it. Like, it's not like I don't have it. Anything. You know what I mean? Like, I understand your position. Like, I went ahead and I gave 12 with the understanding that after everything was already handled, you were going to come and find me. And I mean, I know not to fuck around with you, certain things, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you obviously know where I'm at.
Well, my thing is that I'll give you a quick breakdown of what I've done so far. I got 1,200 from these, all right? 1,200 went to buy my heat, my gun, okay? And a couple hundred, for other people to do things. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. As a matter of fact, I've already spent more money, just to get it here.
Right.
You understand? Because I have to get this car, I got to get rid of this car, I have to get this phone, I got to get rid of this phone.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot more I have to do.
I know. It's not like I told you, like, I can't keep coming out of, like, I've come out of pocket a lot for, like, a lot of other things.
That's fine.
But you know what I mean? Like, I can't get into it, like,
No,
or whatever.
that's all right. Go ahead. That's all
So
right.
it's kind of like, I'm in a position where, like, I told you, like, I'm good for it. Like, the day that you needed it, it's like I came, I met that day, it was handled. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of person that I am.
Okay.
Today, you threw me off guard and you called me at, like, 2, and it's not like, you know what I mean? I have a stash under my pillow.
Because I was going to make sure pretty well. Here's what I'll do. I don't have to correct anything, because I was going to take half of me today and then half minutes was done. That was the plan. You understand? If you want to do it in the back end, you might want to have to get like 50,000 or more. Top 2, you understand? Because I have to spend $1,000, between today and tomorrow. Okay? If you want it done, because I was thinking, if you want it done tonight, tomorrow, or the week, I understand, I could get it done by Wednesday if you want me to. You understand? But I got to do my homework, I got to, know exactly where the place is and how to get out of there, how to get in and out, you understand what the neighbors want. I got to call the cops, report a shooting to see how fast they get to that location. There's a lot of stuff I got to do. It's going to cost me a lot of money because I got to buy a phone to do it with and then burn the phone later on. There's a lot I got to do to get this stuff. But no, I don't want it. You ain't got to do it now. As a matter of fact, you can leave the thing, you can leave, my payment at the house. If you want to do it at the house, he says he's going to be somewhere this week. If you want to do it somewhere else, then I have to meet with you, later on for cash. Understand? But you let me know. Give me a day, give me a time,
How are we
give
going
me
to do
a
it?
habit.
So if we know how to speak to it, like, as a house, like, how do the house know? Could you do it?
I could do it
up here?
Wednesday morning at the house, because I was looking in the newspapers, there's been a lot of burglaries in this area. It's not uncommon for someone to break into a house. Okay? It's going to be like, I break into the house, then the girl's going to be home because everybody works in the daytime.
Right.
If he's at work, boom, he's not at work, then, he gets two in the head. That's it, I take a couple things with me, break a couple windows, make it look like a robbery that went bad, it's all over, I'm gone out of there. Understand? I'm not going to be by myself. I'm going to have other people watching my back, doing the thing, what I'm saying? Because does he have guns in the house?
No.
I would.
He's right now, he's on probation, so there's a lot of people that don't like him.
What's his name?
Mike.
Mike, okay. Yeah, all right, so that's how I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Robbery went bad. That's the thing. Okay? Now, once that's done, I'll wait a few days. I'm not going to call you right away because the police are going to be all over it. Understand? The police are going to be asking you questions, although they know it's going to be obvious what it is, and they already know. You know what I mean? But, they're going to ask questions, because that's how they got to do it. Okay? But I give you maybe 1 or 2 days, but I'll be in contact with you. You know what I mean? When it's all done, and then I get paid. Okay. All right. Let me see, I got a couple things that I ask you. Now, this bill here, you with, how much does he know about this, and how much do you trust him?
He's my cousin, and, it's like, he's the one who, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because I know you talk to my man, and, my man think he's good, what I mean? I'm just saying for you, understand? Because I don't know how low you have the pressure. And I'm saying that because I don't want...
No, I'm not going to, I'm a lot tougher than what I look. I know you're like, oh, what a cute little girl, whatever. But I'm not.
You're beautiful.
Thank you, but, I just need to make sure everything's going to take care of.
All right, okay, so, you pay me the back end, how much you pay me?
What do you say back end?
Well, okay, when it's all done, I was going to get $3,000 from you today, and $3,000 when it's all done.
Right.
Okay? So some months like I look at once, just throwing maybe $1,000 more. 1,002. So you can do 7 or 8 on 1,000 this month?
7, that's okay?
Okay, 7 cash. Okay? All right, now here's the thing, that's what I want to ask you again. All right, this phone, after today, until I get a hold of you, after it's all done, I have nothing to get a hold of you. You understand? Okay, if you try to call me, even if you call me this morning, I'll be working. You understand? If I need any more, information. Okay, what's the name of the development? Okay.
Right over there.
All right. Okay.
That's why I wanted to be 2 years, so that you could see, you know what I mean?
What's the house number?
Now, on Wednesday, he's leaving.
He's leaving on Wednesday?
He's leaving Wednesday.
What time is he
He's
leaving?
leaving between 8:15 and 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to know, do you want to come to my house Wednesday, or do you just want to, you know what I mean? I don't know what kind of scenes you do, whatever. He's going to be going to the bank on Wednesday. I don't know if, I don't know if that's too public for you, or if that's
What's he doing?
He has to pull out money for his business partner.
Oh, he's not going to, okay, so he doesn't have any money at the house now?
He's like hard cash. He's going and pulling out the money because he has to make it look like it's coming from an account from his business partner.
Okay.
Like a business account.
How much money?
He said he's pulling out, I think, around 10.
It might even be better. He's got $10,000. Okay.
He's
All
going
right.
into the bank on Wednesday and he's pulling out money. Like, I know what bank he's going to.
What bank is it
In
going?
Boca. Are you familiar with Boca?
I could find out.
I know exactly
I've
which
worked
bank
in
he's
Boca
going, and I know what time he's going to be there. If he'll be there early, he'll be there when the bank opens.
All right, what's the name of the bank you're going to?
So, the bank that he's going to, he's going to make some errors.
In Boca?
Yeah, I know exactly where, what time, everything.
Okay.
So I don't know if,
Well, I
the
got
problem with this though is that from where the bank is to where the partner's office is, it's literally like next door to each other.
Okay,
Like he's going to have to get back in the car to go there. I know where the office is at and everything like that. Like I can show you where everything's at.
His office, department?
Yeah.
All right.
But now I don't know if that's like too public for you or...
Well, I mean, I could do it like that, but it is public. I'll get the money. But the thing about it is that it's a harder getaway. If it's in Boca, how close is it from like I-95 or something?
You're closer to the turnpike.
The bank is? Bank of America, what road is it on?
441.
441, close to that, turnpike's good too. Because, I need someone to get out fast.
Right.
Okay. Turnpike, what road is it on?
There's no glaze in 441.
Where's the 441? Bank of
There's the
America.
Bank of America there and a shopping center.
And where's his partner's office at?
This is 441. This is glaze.
Yeah.
441 is here, the bank is here, and then the next building over on 441 is where the partner's office is.
Okay, so the partner office is actually on 441,
Yeah.
not Graves.
Exactly.
What's the name, like, the business?
But it's in a building, like I can get you the building number and everything like that. I know where everything's at, but like the exact.
First floor,
like,
second floor, or anything like that?
That's what I
Okay,
don't know.
all right, he won't make it to the building. And he's leaving the house by 8:30, he's gonna go get $10,000.
Yeah.
All right.
At that bank though, he's leaving our house and then going to both and doing it. That's why I thought that like.
What kind of car does he drive?
He'll probably get in that Tahoe in there.
Well, it's his house?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
He'll probably be in that Tahoe and he has a Porsche, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be in that Tahoe.
Okay.
And he just had surgery, so it's, you know, I'm pretty sure he'll be in the Tahoe.
So I think he's money. Okay, all
So
right.
I was thinking I thought that would benefit you because obviously, like, you know what I mean?
No, either or. The thing is, it's more risky doing it in public like that, but I don't mind. I just got to,
That they'll have it for sure because the friend texted him, the partner texted him, you know, when are you coming?
Okay.
And then from there, I know where he's going right after that. But he won't have the money anymore. He's going from the bank to there, and then that's it. You're not going to catch him anymore with money.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. If I don't do it now, because, the thing is, I get, I don't want to get greedy, but, the motherfucker's going to have $10,000 money, and I'm interested.
Exactly.
And it's only going to make it look like, he has more reason to be robbed because of that amount of money.
Right.
Right, and they're probably going to suspect the partner, because the only partner knows he's going to get it.
Exactly.
All right? So what I'm going to do is that, I'm going to try to change my plans a little bit, and then try to, do it with the whole thing. If I can't come through with it by Wednesday, then it's going to have to fit the house. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm more interested in that additional $10,000 I'm going to get from him. You know what I mean? Because, that's not going to come out of your pocket.
So what do you need then? Do you want to go ahead and drive by that area and like scout it out, or what are you trying to do?
Right now?
Yeah. Maybe you should smoke it because I'm not letting him smoke in the truck.
No, I think I'll find out. As long as I know where the bank is, as long as I know what car's going to drive, I know I'm going to have people following from the house to the bank.
Right.
All right? And then he's going to be on it.
If you know he's going to have it, that's what I'm saying to you. It's like,
All right.
you get him at the house, it's like, it's like, but,
Right,
I mean, I
right.
have my shit at my house, but still, if you go and you
It doesn't keep any, large amount of money at the house?
no.
Okay. All right. Okay.
No, so you're better. I mean, nobody knows. Everybody, when you come to my house, you think, you know what I mean, there's a lot of money there, there's a lot of stuff there, whatever.
Yeah.
But in reality,
All right.
the only thing would be, it's like leave with the fucking Porsche or something, is what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah.
But,
I hear you. All right. Okay. I'm gonna plan that way, and I'm gonna plan it with the bank. The thing is, you gotta understand, because after today, I can't get a hold of you. If it doesn't work out the way I want him saved, or the way I'm comfortable with the bank, then it's gonna have to be at the house. Just want to make sure that you're not gonna be home.
you gotta tell me, like, okay, are we looking at Wednesday morning, or are we
Yeah,
looking
Wednesday's the day I'm gonna go for the money. If the money doesn't work, then I have to do it before then. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have a small window, at the house or the money. If I don't get it by the money, then I'm going to have time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I wouldn't even get paid.
Right.
Because, so that's my way. It's a short window, so I got plenty. I got to have people up here.
So Wednesday, he's leaving 8:15, 8:30.
Are you going to be home?
He wants to be at the bank when the bank opens at 9.
Okay.
And then he's going to go and see.
Okay. Can he walk from the bank to is it like walking distance, or you got to drive? To be a partner's office.
No, he's going to get in the truck and drive.
Okay. All right.
He'll get in the truck and he'll drive.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay. Let's see. I got one more thing for you.
So what I wanted to say to you is that I wanted to make sure, like, for example, like, okay, this shit doesn't happen Wednesday, Thursday morning, for example, if you don't come, and I'll come there,
At the house?
Right. Like, I want to make sure, like.
Listen, if it doesn't happen by Wednesday,
I'm not coming.
all right, I'm not coming. What I'm going to do is that if I don't get it done, you're going to get your money back. And if it doesn't happen, and if it doesn't happen by Wednesday, I'm going to have to call you from another phone and, tell you a whole different plan. You understand? But I'm not gonna do anything that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're the client. I'm not gonna, do anything without your approval. You understand?
Right.
So,
Wednesday, told you where he's going to be, and then you need to know where he's going to be after he leaves the partners,
Yeah.
or no?
Where's it gonna be at?
He has a dentist appointment right across the street at like 9:30 come morning.
Okay, and at that point,
So he's
is he
getting
leaving, is he leaving town with you? Is he going to, he's leaving town?
No, that was it.
Okay, all right, then he's gonna come back home.
Right, and he's going to come back.
Definitely not coming back home with the money. Partner's gonna be with you.
No,
Oh.
he's meeting the partner, and then from there he's going to,
Okay, all right. I'm gonna try to do it forward because I've been planning for, over here. Just, I gotta do my homework and come
no,
back.
that would be ideal, because it would make it seem like that's the reason why.
Right.
No, okay.
I'm good. Thanks, man. All right. Nice dude. All right, Wednesday, okay, $10,000, right?
Yeah.
And, y'all. All right, it's gonna be in that car. And one. And so you just had surgery with it?
His back right here.
All right, okay. So it's not gonna be removed then.
He won't be able to, like, I mean, he walks fine and everything like that, but I mean, it's going to be like a little bit of a struggle.
Okay.
If he wears here, like all this here, all these here are like tender points.
Okay. All right. Okay. If it's not done by Wednesday, then I'll call you. If it's done by Wednesday, the only thing you're going to hear from me is to collect, all right? Which is why I said that in between now and when it's done, you're not going to have an option to change your mind. Even if you change your mind, I'm talking to
There's no changing, there's no, like, determined already. I'm positive, like, 5,000% sure, like,
Okay.
I was stressing when you told me you're going to come up here, and then I'm like looking at the time, I'm like, looking back, he's not coming, he's not this, it's like, all this stuff or whatever, like, no, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, like, as soon as you told me I was going to need the money from you, I went, I grabbed it right away, like, we were good to go. Like, with me, you're not going to have a problem, you're not going to have an issue, you know what I mean, nothing of nothing, I just,
Do you have any money on you right now you could afford or anything? You don't have to, I'm just saying.
I didn't bring anything.
Okay, no big deal. It's all right. Okay, so, about the key to the house.
I have that, but I didn't make a copy of it. Because I wanted to talk to you about Wednesday to see if Wednesday was going to work out better than,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Wednesday's gonna work out
Like, coming to the
better.
house, because the thing is that I don't want to do the phone, but like I told you, I have cameras. They don't record, but I have cameras on the front and on the back, and then I have the motion detector.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if you go with the key, the sensor's going to go off, and then he's going to see, like, on our TVs, you know what I mean, stuff like exactly.
Okay.
So I didn't want to fuck you up either, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, have an issue.
Okay, what floor is it on? Is it on the first floor or?
There's 3-story tunnel. When you walk in, it's an
So, all right, so the whole first floor is his? Is you guys?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
The whole 3-story is enough.
All right, so you got the key with you? Which one's what kind of key it is?
It's just a regular, I have it in the truck because
You know the name of the, I mean, I could, it's just, I don't want, right now I'm planning for the bank thing, we're saying, the last minute, the thing's not gonna work out, I just wanna make sure that, I get it done, you know what I mean?
Right.
I have to say, fuck the money, I just wanna get the job done.
Right.
Understand?
Well, I
So-
mean, he walks the dog in the morning, and when he walks, every morning he's walking the dog like at a certain time, we leave our front door unlocked.
Oh, perfect. And are you gonna be home Wednesday morning?
Wednesday morning, yeah, unless you tell me otherwise.
All right. Okay. Do you go jogging in the morning? You go to the gym in the morning?
I was going to the gym, yeah. I mean, if I go, I go to the gym on a regular basis.
All right, Wednesday morning, go to the gym.
Right.
All right, because because if I can't do the bank thing, then I'm gonna have to do it at the house. I don't want you at the house.
Okay. Around 6:30, 7 o'clock, he
Yeah.
always walks the dog in the morning.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he walks the dog across, like, over where the lake is, and our door is always unlocked.
I'll be in the house by 6:30 Wednesday morning.
Okay.
6 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay, if you decide that you're not going to do that,
Well, that's the thing. Listen, by the time you get back from the gym, you're gonna find two things: a dead body in the house, all right, or nothing.
all right,
Okay, if it's nothing, then it's one of the things.
all right.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow then. But then when I go Wednesday, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
But remember, always around 6:30, 7 o'clock, always
Walking the dog.
walk the dog.
Okay. Just make sure you're at the house by 6 o'clock in the morning Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
and then you know
I'll
Wednesday.
be over there. I'll make sure I'll watch you walk in the house.
Okay.
just want to make sure
You're
that
gonna get there earlier and everything like that.
earlier, I'll be there earlier. I just didn't think it was, I thought it was about 9:30, 10 o'clock thing, but since it's going to leave the house by 8:30, then I got to be here, I got to be the house before.
Right.
Make sure it's all done, so.
And then, you know, too, worst case, you know, it's gonna be at the bank and that's
That's
it.
the bank, Lakes Road, 441,
Yeah.
Bank of America, right? $10,000.
Alright?
All right, anything from you?
No, I mean, we're good, right? You know,
We're good.
you don't need to know anything else, is you're okay?
I think I'm good.
Okay, and then how are you gonna know where I live? If you said that you're gonna go to the house.
Yeah, I just told him. What's the house? I think
That's
that's something.
But I have a bunch of house numbers. You know which one mine is?
Which is the house number?
It overlooks the lake.
What's the number?
1329.
1329? Okay. Great. 1329.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take this room right there right now.
Alright,
1329. Looks at the lake, right?
yeah.
Okay. What's the name of the road there? Like what is it? Yeah, something. I think I just.
Yeah, you're gonna, what is what you're gonna do? Oh, so you already went back?
Yeah, I went through there. That's what I'm saying. That's why, I looked at it.
Okay.
1329.
Right.
What's the exact address? 1329 what?
It's right there, 32. Which way are you gonna go?
I'm not going to. I think the first one. That's this one right here. The first one there.
Okay, you're gonna go down the first one, make a left,
Yeah.
and then there's gonna be like a one-way ramp. Keep going,
Right.
and then you're gonna U-turn.
Okay, what's
And
the
then it's
street
gonna be on
name?
the right hand side, see it, the Pepe.
Yeah, that's all right. That's what it was. Yeah. 13.02. All right.
Alright, thanks so much, and I guess,
You're beautiful.
I'll hear from you.
All right.
Alright, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Bye.
Our word is this: prove the three elements of criminal solicitation, and this evidence overwhelmingly proves those three. We're asking you to find her guilty because it's just, because it's right, because everyone he knows is supported by the evidence, by her own words, her own actions, and her own intent, all day, every day. For $4,700, she wanted 2 bullets put in her husband's head for nothing. Find her guilty as charged. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Take full whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I need to move that closer.
Yes.
May I move the easel closer, Your Honor?
Yes, you may. They've asked to approach for just a minute.